Hello and welcome back to Jimbo's PC Builds. Today I'm going to do another keyboard video, but today I'm going to do a video similar to the Best Buy video I did recently when I compared 3 mice for under $35 from Best Buy. This time I did something a little bit different. Instead of going to Best Buy, I went to Walmart, the Mos Eisley Cantina of superstores. So I went there and I had a look to see what keyboards they had for under $50. Now obviously this is a very small budget, but then I'm aiming at the fact that if you're going to be shopping for a keyboard at Walmart, chances are you're looking for one at a reasonable price. You're not going into Walmart looking to spend $120, $130 on a keyboard. So I thought $50 would be a reasonable budget. So I managed to pick up 3 keyboards for under $50. Let's have a look at which keyboards I managed to find. So the first keyboard I managed to pick up was a Steel Series Apex 100. It came in at a mighty $30, so not expecting miracles from this. But you know, Steel Series is a good brand, so I'm expecting the build quality to be reasonable. So that's the first keyboard. The second keyboard is a Razer Cyonsa Lite. Well, I think that's how you say it anyway. This keyboard came in at $40, which, you could say the difference is the $30 Steel Series to the Razer is probably the Razer tax, but there you go. But no, again, I'm not expecting miracles from this. This is another very, very budget keyboard for Razer. But, you know, again, being Razer, you expect the build quality to be half decent, so we'll have a look. Last but not least is a keyboard from Game On. Model number? No idea. But it came in at $45. Now, I'm not sure, but I think Game On might be the Walmart owned brand, or it's a smaller brand with an exclusivity for Walmart. Again, this is the most expensive of the 3, but with it being a non-branded keyboard, really not expecting miracles again. But you never know, because at the end of the day, you know, Walmart tend to put a squeeze on suppliers, so they may have been able to pull a rabbit out of the hat with this one. So we'll wait and see. All right, so let's go to having a look at the individual keyboards. I'm going to go through them in the same order that I just went through. I'm going to take them out of the box and I'm going to have a look, you know, generally like the build quality and cables, etc. And then I'll actually do a bit of a key test so you can see what they sound like. All right, first up, it's the Steel Series. So here we are. This is the Steel Series keyboard, the DX100. Cable-wise, it's just standard USB, so it's not even USB-C. The cable's fixed, so it doesn't come out, which is not a surprise at the price. The cable is just the rubberized cable. I think it will retain kinks. Not the greatest, but again, price we've got to be conscious of. There isn't very much flex in it, so it's pretty decent quality-wise. It's all plastic all the way around. Yeah, not a bad keyboard. Features-wise, it's very basic. It's a full-size keyboard, but there's no additional volume wheel or any additional media keys. But that's not a surprise. So let's move on to the Razer keyboard. So here's the Razer Cyonsa Lite. Again, very little flex in there. It's very solidly made. All plastic. The cable is standard USB, not USB-C. It's also, again, fixed, doesn't remove. Again, the same rubberized cable, so it probably will retain the kinks for a little while, so it might need some training. Keys-wise, no additional keys. Again, the same as the Steel Series one, so pretty basic, but again, with the price, not a surprise. So last but not least, it's the Game On keyboard. There's metal in this, so that's a big upgrade for a starter for 10. Flex, nothing there at all. The cable, it's fixed. It's a standard USB, as are the others, but the big difference is this is a cloth cable, so I think it might not retain the kinks as much as the other 2. Additional keys wise, nothing else in there. It looks like, compared to the other 2, it might have actual mechanical switches in this. So that will be a big upgrade on the other 2 keyboards, but we'll confirm that when I do the test of the switches. But you also get an armrest. So, from the looks of things, for the extra $4 or $5 you get, say, over the Razer keyboard, you get mechanical keys, an armrest, and better build quality. So it'll be interesting to see with the switch test to see how good the switches are in this, say, compared to the other 2. The other 2, they didn't look mechanical, so I'm expecting a lot of squishy going on. But let's get them on the bench behind me, get the camera ready and get it set up, and let's have a look at those keys. So firstly, let's take a look at the the Steel Series. So this is what the spacebar sounds like. Main keys. The keys are very mushy. There is a noticeable bump in there, so you can feel it, so you can feel the point where it's actually clicking in, which isn't too bad, all things considered. So not bad. The Steel Series is going for a backlit approach, but the keys are solid, so there's no light coming through the actual keys. It's just backlit behind the keys. It just looks to be one colour. I'm not sure if there's RGB involved, but pretty basic. Next up, it's Razer. Very, very mushy. This is what a spacebar sounds like. But very, very mushy. No real actualized, no real bump. The keyboard is backlit, but it's very, very, very faint. There's there's the Razer RGB logo on the front, but not much going on. So let's have a look at the keys on the Onn keyboard. This is the spacebar. Wow, you can really hear the click on that. That sounds a bit metallic. You can feel it's bouncing off the back of the keyboard. The rest of the keys are pretty decent though. There's a real clicky going on. So these, I would say these are like blues or greens or something. Listen to that. But there's a real nice bump in the keyboard, so that it's very, very, very decent, half-decent switches. So, for the price you're paying for this, very impressive. So, the Onn keyboard, there's lighting going on. It's backlit, and the light comes through each of the keys. So, pretty good lighting. You can see it's RGB. At the moment, it's on breathe mode, so it's got pretty good lighting all in all. Not bad at all. So, as you can see from the switch test, the Razer keyboard has very, very, very mushy keys. There's really not much bounce back from them. They go in and they just seem to stay there, so wouldn't recommend that keyboard. The Steel Series, even though the keys are quite mushy, you can feel there's a pronounced bounce in there, so there's a half decent for what it is, an actuation point. So as a keyboard, it's not too bad. The big surprise, well, as you might not be surprised by now if you watched the intro of the video and saw me go through the keyboards, the Game On is actually the most superior of all the three keyboards. For $45, it's actually a pretty damn decent keyboard. The only thing I would say is, because the keys are very loud, they're like, I would say they're very much like a Cherry MX Blue or say a Razer Green. They've got a lot of clicky clacky going on. Good actuation point that when you hit it, it feels really responsive. So really, really good keyboard. You just got to be aware that you say couldn't use it for work, because if you try typing while you're on a conference call, forget it, because everybody will hear it. All right, so I hope that was useful. So next time you go into Walmart, have a look for, say, the Game On keyboard if you want to pick up a good, cheap keyboard. I hope you found this information useful. Please toss the comments down below if you've bought any of these three keyboards and you found them, you like them or whatever. Please don't forget to like the video, because the more likes the merrier, and it's always appreciated. Please don't forget to subscribe, because subscribers are always welcome. And as always, take care.